My beloved child, in the next 21 minutes, I want you to open your heart wide, preparing your mind and soul carefully to receive a divine sign from heaven, one that my Holy Spirit is calling you to with utmost urgency. Do not take this lightly. For those who disregard my sacred presence, those who hastily walk away from the profound messages I impart, will live in regret and the tears of remorse for the rest of their lives. In just a very short time, when the clock of your life strikes the divinely appointed moment, you will feel an overwhelming, supernatural presence, stronger than ever before. Pay close attention and listen intently to the whispers from the depths of my heart. Words not only meant to comfort you, but to awaken within you the most profound and powerful awakening you have ever experienced. This is a deep and serious revelation from my very own Holy Spirit, one that has the power to completely transform your life from its very foundation. Yes, my beloved, your life will never be the same again, for tonight, right within your home, I will enter with all the power and grace that you have longed for and desired for so long. This sacred visitation is neither coincidental nor spontaneous, but rather the result of your silent prayers, your quiet tears, and the many years you have waited in hope and deep faith. My dear child, I will come to you tonight when everything around you has fallen into silence and darkness covers the world. In the stillest moment of the night, when no one else can disturb you, when all the noise of the world has been put to rest, that is when I will step into the most private and intimate space of your life to deliver to you a revelation that is extraordinary and divine. Do not turn away from this. Do not let doubt delay you. Prepare your heart and step into my presence with a ready spirit, for when you receive this, you will never be the same again. You will no longer be the person you once were. You will no longer be bound by what was. You will be set free. You will be renewed. You will be propelled into a higher spiritual dimension. I have carefully watched how you have been using your time, a most precious gift that I have given to you so that you may live each moment to its fullest, fulfilling the great purpose I have ordained for you long ago. I see you staying up late, rising early, meticulously planning, and doing your best to manage your time wisely and efficiently. You have been diligent in your stewardship of time, striving not to waste even a single moment, because you understand that every passing second is priceless. I know that deep within your heart, you long to make the most of every day of your life, to live with purpose, to pursue the dreams and goals you believe will bring happiness and meaning to your journey. You have spent so much time building your career, cultivating relationships you consider important, and creating values that the world around you acknowledges and praises. These efforts are precious, and I never disregard any sincere endeavor from you. But my beloved, in this quiet moment, be honest with yourself. Look deep within your heart with sincerity and gentleness, and ask yourself, have you in this journey forgotten what matters most? As you focus on achieving your goals, building your future, and striving for the accomplishments set by this world, have you unknowingly lost sight of my presence? The one who created time, the one who holds all things in his hands, and the one who loves you more than anyone in this world ever could. My child, I do not blame you, nor am I angry with you. I only want you to recognize one essential truth. The only thing that can truly make your life whole and meaningful is my deep and abiding presence in every moment. If you continue seeking purpose through the values set by the world, through things that are only temporary, you will always feel that something is missing in the depths of your heart. Because only when you let me be at the center of everything you do, will every second of your life carry its deepest and most complete meaning. Take time to be with me. Let me step into the schedule you have so carefully and diligently constructed. I do not ask you to abandon all your plans, but I call you to place me at the center of everything you intend to do. Allow my presence to permeate every breath, every step, every conversation, and every decision you make. When you live this way, you will begin to see that the time you spend is not just valuable, it is transformed into something eternal, complete, and profoundly meaningful. My beloved, look back on the moments when you felt weary, the times when you realized that no matter how much you tried, it was never enough to satisfy the deep longing in your heart. Those moments are my clear signs to you that only when you place me at the center of your life, only when you let me step in and become the foundation of your dreams and goals, will your life truly be complete and fulfilled. I long to fill every empty space within you, to heal every wound you carry, and to bring you the deepest satisfaction, the kind that the world can never provide. Remember that I am the source of time, and I know what is best for every moment of your life. When you learn to place me at the center, time will become your dearest companion, no longer an enemy that forces you to rush or worry. Every moment you live will be filled with meaning, because in each of those moments, my presence will be complete. The presence of the one who holds your destiny and future. My child, from this day forward, live with the clear understanding that nothing is more precious than the time you spend with me. It is in those moments of prayer, in the times you listen to my voice and worship me, that you will find perfect peace, true joy, and an unshakable strength to face whatever life brings your way. My beloved child, know that amidst the noise and chaos of life, in the hurried rhythm that you tirelessly chase day by day, I am still here, silent yet steadfast, waiting for just a small moment, enough for you to pause, enough for you to turn around and recognize my gentle presence beside you. I stand at the threshold of your heart, tender yet persistent, knocking on the door of your soul every day, every hour, every minute. I call your name with tenderness, hoping that amid the endless race you will stop, if only for a fleeting moment, to listen and recognize my voice, the one who loves you more than anything you are striving after. I want you to understand deeply that the time you have in this world is not infinite. Every day, every hour, every minute you live is a precious gift I have given you with a clear purpose. Every breath you take, every heartbeat within you, is a sacred gift from heaven, placed in your hands not to be squandered on trivial things, but to be lived with the deepest and most sincere awareness of the eternal purpose I have placed in your heart from the very beginning. Each passing moment holds a special meaning in my eyes, but have you paused long enough to ask yourself what you are doing with this priceless gift? Have you ever taken the time to reflect deeply on the true value of time, on the eternal meaning it carries? Or are you still living as if you have endless days ahead, as if this life is merely for pursuing the fleeting promises of the world, only to find, in the end, that all you are left with is an empty and weary heart? My dear child, stop now, this very moment, and honestly ask yourself, have you set aside time to seek and ponder what truly matters in the light of eternity? What you are striving to build today, will it endure when everything else fades away? The things you cling to so tightly, will they be enough to bring true peace and eternal joy to your soul when you stand before the reality of eternity? My beloved, I want you to know that there is only one thing that will last forever: the deep, intimate, and genuine relationship you have with me, the one who created you, the one who loves you endlessly, and will never abandon you. Everything else, wealth, fame, power, or whatever you are pouring your strength into, will fade, will dissolve in the currents of time. But your connection with me, the love and faith you cultivate in me, will remain forever. It is the only thing you can carry into eternity. Look deep into your heart right now, my dear one, and be honest with yourself. There is something within you whispering, reminding you that the life you are living is not yet the fullest, not yet the life your soul truly longs for. Something is stirring inside you, urging you to return to me, to seek me with all the sincerity, desire, and passion that you once gave to the fleeting things of this world. I do not want you to look back at the end of your journey with regret, realizing that you have missed the most important thing, me, and the sacred, profound connection between your soul and mine. Draw near to me, step into my open and warm embrace, for only here will you truly find the deepest meaning, absolute peace, and the most complete fulfillment. Set aside time each day to meet with me, to dwell in my presence, to listen to my loving voice, and to let me guide you into the purpose I ordained for you before you were even born. Never let the world carry you away endlessly. Never allow the noise of life to drown out my gentle and loving call to you. Remember, I am always here, patiently waiting for you to return, waiting for you to realize that what you have been searching for has always been right beside you, in my arms. My beloved child, turn your heart toward eternity now, for when you do, every moment of your life will be profoundly transformed and filled with meaning. Live with awareness, with faith, and with a deep understanding that your life is a precious gift I have given you, and I want you to live it fully, in my loving presence, in my supernatural power, and in my eternal peace. My dear one, amid the countless things in this world that vie for your attention, among all that seems most important in daily life, I remain steadfast, silently waiting. I stand there, gently calling your name, because I know what your soul truly longs for. Deep within you is an emptiness that nothing in this world can ever fill, except for my loving, powerful, and eternal presence. But beyond the fact that I am worthy of your time, your attention, and your love, I want you to understand something even more important. Your soul is worthy of my presence. You are worthy of my gentle, wise, and tender guidance. The guidance of the one who knows every corner of your heart, the one who sees all that you are facing, whether great or small. You are worthy of my careful, devoted, and everlasting care, for you are not a random creation. You are my masterpiece, intricately and lovingly formed before you even took your first breath. My child, I do not want you to wander through this life with an empty and directionless soul. I do not want you to struggle alone with challenges, pains, and the great questions of life. I want you to know that your soul deserves to be enveloped in my unconditional love, to be led by the infinite wisdom that only I can provide. When you allow me to take the central place in your life, every step you take will be lighter, and each day you live will be filled with joy and hope. Remember, my care for you is not just for the difficult or challenging moments. It is an unchanging, ever-present care that exists in every breath you take, in every beat of your heart. I long for you to experience the closest, most intimate presence of mine each day, in every circumstance of life, because only then will your soul truly be revived, healed, and filled with strength. I know that you have spent much time, effort, and energy pursuing things you thought would bring you happiness, yet they have only left you disappointed and empty. But today, let me step in and completely transform your story. I want to fill every empty space in your soul with my very life and power, so that you will know you no longer need to search elsewhere. For everything you truly need, everything your soul has ever longed for, is found right here in my loving and graceful presence. My beloved child, I understand more than anyone that your life is constantly filled with work, responsibilities, concerns, and an unending stream of busyness that never seems to stop. Each day you face a mountain of tasks, pressures, and burdens that feel never-ending. I know that sometimes you long to pause, to be still, and to spend quiet moments with me, but the time you have feels so limited, and those precious moments are often interrupted by the urgent demands of life. But, my dear child, the most beautiful thing about my love for you is its endless patience and gentleness. I do not demand that you abandon everything and sit still for long hours. I do not require you to forsake your responsibilities or withdraw from the things happening around you. What I long for most is that you would think of me, that you would find me in the very moments of your daily life, in the midst of your busiest hours, in the rush of your work, in the worries of your responsibilities, and the pressures you carry. Do you know that even the smallest moment, when you remember me in the middle of a stressful meeting, when you turn to me in the face of a great challenge, or even in the briefest instant when you lift your eyes to the sky and whisper my name, those moments have the power to transform everything in your heart and life. Do you realize that every time you silently call upon my name within your heart, I immediately respond by pouring out boundless strength, deep comfort, and a power into your soul that you have never known before? My child, remember this. I never leave you, whether or not you can clearly feel my presence. I am always here, so very near to you, ready to place infinite strength, gentle encouragement, and boundless mercy into your hands. When you feel like you have no strength left to go on, when you are so weary that you just want to let everything go, remember that I am right beside you, simply waiting for you to whisper my name. And in that very moment, my powerful presence will flood your soul like a warm wave, healing and strengthening you in ways you never dared to imagine. Sometimes you may think that closeness to me only happens in moments of deep silence and peace. But I want you to understand that I am not present only in those quiet moments. In the midst of your busiest days, in the chaos and noise of life, I am still here, walking beside you with every small step you take. The moment you turn your heart toward me, even if only for a brief second, I will respond instantly with my peace, my joy, and supernatural strength from heaven, so that you can face any challenge or responsibility with renewed power. My beloved child, I long for you to think of me in the midst of your daily tasks. I want you to know that every small moment, every time you bring me to mind, is a sacred moment. That is when heaven and earth are closer than ever before, when my power and life flow into yours in the most profound and undeniable way. Those moments will transform your life forever. Not because you have done something great or extraordinary, but simply because you have paused to remember that there is one who loves you and cares for you with an unfathomable depth. Be assured that every time you turn your heart and thoughts toward me, I am gazing at you with a gentle smile, my eyes filled with love, having long awaited that very moment. I feel a profound joy whenever you remember me, For each time you do, my heart melts with a love for you that surpasses anything you could ever imagine. This love is always ready, always fervent, and never exhausted, no matter how many times you may forget me. Let me reveal to you a sacred secret, a profound truth that once you grasp it, will forever change your life. My beloved, I am not only present in the grand moments, the significant events, or the times when you kneel in fervent prayer. I am not only there when you lift your voice in worship, when you raise your hands in praise, or when you offer great sacrifices. I am also present in the simplest, most ordinary moments of your life. When you invite me into every moment of your day, when you remember me even in the smallest tasks, you are transforming the ordinary into the sacred. When you work with a heart set on me, when you care for your family with my love, when you speak a kind word to someone, when you remain patient in difficult situations, all these become acts of worship. Worship is not merely the songs you sing or the prayers you offer in solemn moments. Worship is when you allow me to become part of your very breath, your every thought, your every word, and your every action. When you walk, knowing that I am walking with you, when you work, knowing that I am watching over you, when you live with the awareness that all you do can be an offering to me, that is true worship. Do you realize that you do not need to wait until you feel spiritual enough to enter my presence? You do not need to wait until you have free time or until your soul feels at peace to invite me near. I do not wait for you in those ideal moments. I am not only present when you feel at your best. I am here right now as you read these words, in your very breath, in the room where you sit, in every beat of your heart. Call my name, even if only in the silence of your soul. Think of me, even in the busyness of your daily tasks. Offer me even the smallest things, a gentle word, a kind act, a sincere thought, and they will become the most precious offerings in heaven. You do not need to do something grand to open the gates of heaven. When you invite me into your life, even in the smallest details, you are opening a door that connects you to eternity. When you work with a heart set on me, when you love with the love I have given you, when you choose forgiveness over resentment, when you speak encouragement instead of criticism, that is when you are united with heaven. That is when you are living as I created you to live. My beloved, do not think that I appear only in miraculous moments, in great events, or in life-changing decisions. I am there when you wash the dishes, when you drive, when you tidy your home, when you work in your office. I am there in every small gesture of love, in every moment you choose patience, in every instance you choose kindness over anger. When you live with the awareness that I am with you in all things, you will realize that not a single moment of your day is ever insignificant. Do you know, my child, when you wash the dishes with a heart full of gratitude, that task becomes a sacred act. When you care for another with compassion, it is a gesture of heaven. When you remain patient in a difficult situation, when you hold on to faith even when everything around you seems chaotic, that is one of the deepest forms of worship. You do not need to strive to do great things to please me. I am not looking for grand displays, elaborate rituals, or offerings beyond your ability. I seek a heart that is willing to invite me into every corner of life. I seek a soul that understands that even the smallest things can bring glory to me. When you surrender each day, each moment, each seemingly simple second to me, you will see your life transform. You will no longer feel as though you are trapped in meaningless repetition. but you will recognize that everything you do carries significance. You will no longer feel as though you are merely existing, but you will know that you are walking in a purpose greater than yourself. My beloved child, let me enter into all your moments. Let me sanctify each second of your life. Let me transform even the smallest acts into those of eternal value. Let me weave myself into every breath you take, so that you no longer live in separation between the ordinary and the sacred, but so that you may realize that everything you do can be an act of worship when done with a heart turned toward me. Invite me into every moment. Let my presence fill even the simplest tasks. Let everything you do become a song of praise to me. And when you do this, you will find yourself living a life full of meaning. A life where every moment is a step in my glorious presence. My beloved child, this is a choice that only you can make. I do not force you. I do not impose upon you. I do not confine you to a rigid framework, but I stand before you with open arms, inviting you into a life of true fulfillment. You must decide what you will place first in your life. You can continue chasing after fleeting things, or you can choose me, the only one who can truly satisfy your soul. I do not ask you to place me above all else out of pride or because I need it from you. I am the Creator, the Almighty. I lack nothing. But I desire you to choose me because I know that only I can give you true life. Only I can offer you something far greater than anything this world can provide. The world will promise you dazzling things, glorious dreams, and achievements that make others admire you. But my beloved child, those things are mere illusions, like bubbles that vanish the moment you try to grasp them. When you set your heart on the world, you are like someone building a castle on the sand. What you build may look beautiful. It may bring you pride for a moment. But when the waves come, it will all collapse. When the strong winds blow, everything will be swept away, leaving no trace behind. Have you ever seen a sand castle that lasts forever? Never. It may stand for a while, but with just a small wave, it will be no more. This world is the same. The things you have labored to build, if they are without me, will soon fade away. The fame you pursue will diminish. The moments of glory you strive to achieve will become nothing more than distant, fading memories. The wealth you have carefully accumulated will not accompany you when you leave this world. Have you ever asked yourself, if tomorrow you were no longer here, what would remain? What would truly have value? My beloved child, set your heart upon me. When you build your life upon me, you are not building a house on sand, but on an unshakable foundation. I am the rock that no storm can move. I am the stronghold, the place of refuge, the source of eternal life. If you walk with me, if you allow me to be the center of your life, you will never have to worry about the future. When the winds rise, when the waves roar, you will not be swept away, for I am holding you firmly in my hands. Do you know, when you set your heart upon me, you are not merely living for the things of this world, but you are storing up treasures in heaven, treasures that will never fade, never be lost. What you do in me has eternal value. Every word you speak in love, every act of kindness you extend, every sacrifice you offer for my sake, all are recorded in heaven. Nothing is wasted when you live for me. Have you ever heard of the treasures in heaven? They are not gold, silver, or material wealth as the world understands, but things of far greater worth. They are peace that no one can steal from you. They are joy that remains unshaken by circumstances. They are eternal life that no power can destroy. In heaven, no moth can devour, no thief can take away what you have stored up in me. What you do on this earth for me carries eternal significance, and you will receive a reward that no one can take away. But you must choose. You must decide where you want to invest your life. You can continue chasing after fleeting things, or you can begin building your life upon my firm foundation. You can place your trust in the uncertainties of this world, or you can choose to walk in the assurance I have prepared for you. My beloved child, do not waste your life on things that will pass away. Do not let your days be consumed by what is temporary. Come to me. Let me guide you. Let me set you on a path that never leads to regret. Let me teach you how to live a life of true meaning, a life that when you look back, you will not wish had been spent differently. You do not need to fear losing anything when you place me above all else. On the contrary, you will receive far greater things in return. When you make me your priority, I will give you wisdom to steward what you have. I will lead you to opportunities you could not have found on your own. I will grant you a peace that no circumstance can take away. And most importantly, I will give you a life of true purpose. Not just a life of existence, but a life truly lived. My beloved child, I know you have prayed. I know you have longed for an answer, a sign, a light to guide you in moments when you have felt lost, when you have stood at crossroads, unsure of which way to go. I have heard the cries of your heart in the quietest moments, in the solitude of the night, when you have sighed in silence, believing no one noticed. I have seen the tears you thought no one saw. I understand every question, every uncertainty, every longing you hold deep within your heart. And this is the very moment you have been waiting for. You have longed for an answer from heaven, and right now I am speaking directly to you. Do not doubt any longer. Do not think that this message is only for someone else, someone more worthy, someone with stronger faith, someone who needs guidance more than you. No, my beloved, this word is for you, alive, powerful, and carrying my very breath. Pause right now. Do not let distractions pull you away from this sacred moment. Let your heart open completely. Let your soul be immersed in my presence, because at this very moment, I am whispering the most important things deep into your soul. This is not just a message, it is a revelation, an awakening, an unveiling that you have been waiting for. My beloved, I know everything you have been through. I have seen the moments when you silently fought with yourself, with your circumstances, with the deep fears you dared not share with anyone. I know the questions that have tormented you, the thoughts that have troubled you night after night. You have asked yourself, does anyone truly understand the pain I carry? Does anyone really see the silent tears I have shed? Does anyone truly care about me? My child, I have come to tell you that you are not alone. You have never been, and you will never walk alone. Whether you feel my presence or not, I am always there, right beside you, even in the darkest moments of your life. When you feel empty, I am your source of life. When you think no one stands with you, I am the one who always defends you. When you believe you have been forgotten, I am the one who has never taken my eyes off you, not even for a single moment. My beloved, I have seen the times when you faced challenges alone. I have watched as you felt too weak to take another step, as you wanted to give up, thinking there was no way out. Do you remember those days? The days when you felt like walking through a valley of darkness, where light seemed unable to break through. And do you know why? Because I was there. Because it was I who lifted you up when you fell. Because it was I who carried you when you had no strength to walk. Because it was I who sheltered you and kept you from greater harm. The wounds you thought would never heal, I am healing them. The losses you thought could never be restored, I will restore them. The dreams you thought were dead, I will bring them back to life. I am not only the one who sees your pain, I am the one who can turn that pain into something beautiful. I can take the tears you have shed and turn them into rain that refreshes your soul, making you stronger, more mature, and more alive than ever before. My beloved child, if you only knew what I have done for you. If you could see with spiritual eyes all the battles I have fought on your behalf, you would never again doubt my love and faithfulness. So many times you thought you made it through on your own, but in truth, it was I who protected you from things unseen. There were traps set to destroy you, arrows sent against you, but you remained safe because I stood in your place, shielding you with my mighty hand. My child, you do not know how many times the enemy has secretly plotted to harm you, to steal your joy and hope. But I, the Almighty, have stood at the front line, have fought on your behalf to keep you whole. How many times have you stood at the crossroads of destruction, yet I intervened and pulled you away? I have blocked what was never meant for you, closed the doors that could have led your soul astray, even when you did not recognize it, even when you could not hear my voice, even when you thought I was silent. I was always at work for you, always protecting you. But now, my beloved, I am calling you to do something more important than ever. Trust me. Not just partially, not just in the small things, but with all that you are. Your heart, your time, your dreams, and the future you are still searching for. I am inviting you into a trust that is complete, a surrender that is total, where you no longer have to strive to control everything, but instead you can rest in absolute peace, knowing that I am orchestrating all things in the best way. My child, I know that you have grown used to relying on your own strength, to standing on your own, to holding on to your life with your own abilities. I know there have been times when you were hurt after placing your trust in people, and that has made you hesitant to fully trust again. But my child, I am not like people. I am not someone who can break promises, who can change, who can betray or disappoint you. I am faithful. I am the one who created you, who loved you before you were born, and who will love you forever, no matter what happens. So, release to me all that you are holding on to, because when you keep it for yourself, you will always feel burdened. But when you surrender it to me, you will see how light everything becomes. Let me carry your worries. Let me take care of what you cannot control. Let me lead you on the path I have prepared for you since before time began. You have tried so hard. You have spent so much time calculating, planning, and striving to control the outcome of everything you do. But I ask you, has everything you planned always turned out exactly as you expected? Have you always found peace when you tried to control everything? Or do you still find yourself worrying, fearing the unknown, feeling unsettled despite all your efforts? My child, it is not because you are not capable enough, not smart enough, or not diligent enough. It is because some things are beyond your control. There are things you cannot determine on your own. There are things you need to release and allow me to do, because only I can. Trust me with your time. Do not be afraid that you will waste it. When you spend time walking with me, listening to me, seeking my guidance, that time is never in vain. In fact, those very moments will make the rest of your life more meaningful. When you put me first, you will see everything else fall into its rightful place. Trust me with your heart. You do not have to heal your wounds by yourself. You do not have to find a way to mend your brokenness on your own. You do not have to fear, my love, because the love I have for you is unlike anything you have ever known. It is unconditional, limitless, unchanging. I do not love you because of what you can do. I love you because you are mine. Trust me with your dreams, the desires of your heart, the longings you once thought were too distant. Place them in my hands. When you entrust them to me, you will see that I can do exceedingly beyond what you could ever ask or imagine. You will realize that the dreams I have for you are far greater than anything you have ever dared to dream. Trust me with your future. Do not fear tomorrow, for I am already there. Do not worry about what is yet to come, for I am orchestrating everything according to the best and most perfect plan for you. When you surrender your future to me, you will no longer live in fear or anxiety, but you will walk with a heart full of trust and a soul at peace. My child, I do not want you to trust me only when everything is going well. I want you to trust me even when you have not yet seen the outcome. I want you to trust me even when you do not yet understand everything, for that is true faith, believing that I am working even when you cannot see it, trusting that I am moving even when all seems silent, believing that I will do wonders when you place your complete trust in me. Give everything to me, my beloved. Let me work. Let me do what only I can do. And as you do, you will witness miracles unfolding before your eyes. You will see wonders happen. You will behold things you never even imagined. Because when you trust me completely, you will step into a life of power, blessing, and peace that the world cannot give you. My beloved child, tonight I come to you not in the storms or the shaking of the earth, not with fire or thunderous displays of power, but with a gentle whisper. I do not need to display a blazing majesty to prove that I am here, for I know you. I know your heart longs for peace. I know your soul seeks a deeper comfort than anything the world can offer. I do not come to bring fear or to terrify you. I do not come to make you feel small, guilty, or unworthy. I come to give you a peace that no one can take away, a stillness in your soul that nothing in this world can provide. Open your heart to me without hesitation. Let me enter, not as a fleeting visitor, but as the one who reigns in your life. Make room for me, not just in the leftover corners, but at the very center of your thoughts, your dreams, and your decisions. My dear one, create a space where my spirit can dwell, where my presence is not confined to moments of worship or prayer, but becomes a deep and abiding part of your every day, every hour. When you do this, when you intentionally make room for me, when you seek my presence not just as a savior in your times of trouble, but as a companion in every step of your journey, you will experience the most profound transformation you have ever known. The burdens you carry will no longer weigh you down, not because they will suddenly disappear, but because I will carry them with you. As you surrender your worries to me, as you learn to trust that I am in control of everything, you will find that their weight is not the same as before. The anxiety that once gripped your mind, the restless thoughts that exhausted you, the invisible fears that stole your sleep, all will gradually fade like mist under the morning sun, because you will come to know, deep in your heart, that you are no longer alone in carrying it all. But more than anything, my beloved child, it is the emptiness within your heart, the void you have tried to fill with everything this world has to offer. I know you have sought fulfillment through achievements, through relationships, through your personal dreams. I know you have placed your hope in things you believed would bring you happiness, only to find that in the end, they still left a certain emptiness inside you. An absence you could not quite explain. It is not because you have not tried hard enough, nor because you have not given enough effort, but because only I can fill that void. Only my love can heal the deepest places within your soul. My child, do not strive to find on your own what only I can give you. Do not keep chasing after things that bring only temporary joy, only to leave you returning to emptiness. Do not let the worries of this world make you forget that you were created to walk in my perfect peace and love. When you let me in, when you open your heart and allow me to fully dwell within you, you will realize that I am the very answer you have been searching for all along. Look, my beloved child, I am not a distant God who merely sits in heaven watching you from afar. I am not a Lord who only comes to you when you fall or when you are in need of help. I am the one who is right beside you. In every breath you take, in every step you walk, in every moment you live. I have always been here, always waiting for you to open your heart, always longing for you to return and realize that you do not have to carry these burdens alone any longer. My beloved child, tonight I do not come to you in grand and mighty displays. I come to you in gentleness, in peace, in unfailing love. Let me in. Let me transform you from the inside out. When you allow me to reign over your heart, when you let me erase your worries and fears, when you dare to let me fill the empty places within you, you will step into a completely different life. A life no longer bound by invisible fears. A life no longer struggling to seek fulfillment on your own. But a life overflowing with the peace that only I can give. Tonight, my beloved child, let me be the one you seek. Make space for me in your life, not just in times of hardship, but in every day, every hour, every moment. Let my love cover you. Let my presence transform you. And when you do, you will see that all your worries, all that has exhausted you, all the emptiness inside you, will fade away in the light of my love. My beloved child, do not be afraid to let go. Do not fear releasing the things that no longer bring you life, the things that once held meaning but are now merely fragments of the past. I know it is not easy. I understand that you have held on to them for so long, that you have seen them as a part of you, as something that made you feel secure. But my child, listen to me. Open your heart to this truth. Sometimes, in order to step into something greater, you must have the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. I see the hesitation in your heart. I see the fear when you stand before the unknown. I understand the feeling of being lost when you must step out of your comfort zone, when you must leave behind what is familiar to walk into an entirely new path. But, my child, remember this: you never walk alone. I go before you, I walk with you, and I hold your hand every step of the way. Every time you feel uncertain, remember that there is one who has seen the full picture of your life, one who knows the destination even when you cannot yet see the road ahead. Trust in me. Believe that my plans for you are good. Not just good, but the very best. You do not need to understand everything right now, for I have already ordained each step you must take. I know what will bring you wholeness, what will nourish your soul, and what will lead you to true peace. Even when you cannot see clearly, even when the path ahead still feels uncertain, trust that I am guiding you in the right direction. I know how it feels for you to let go of the things into which you have poured so much effort, to walk away from what once held your hopes and dreams. You fear that if you release them, you will feel empty, lost, unsure of what comes next. You worry that if you let go, you will not find anything better. But my beloved, I want you to trust that whatever I ask you to surrender, it is only to give you something far greater in return. There is nothing you lose in my hands that will not be repaid with something more precious. Do you believe that I know what is best for you? Do you believe that my plans for you far exceed anything you could imagine? Do you trust that I understand you better than you understand yourself? Even before you utter a prayer, I already know what will bring you wholeness. Even when you cannot yet see the full picture, I have already drawn the perfect path for you. My beloved, I know that waiting can make you feel restless. I see you asking, why is this not happening now? Why has my dream not yet come true? Why has my prayer not been answered? You feel as though I am delaying, as though I am withholding the good things you long for. But my child, trust that my timing is perfect. Nothing happens too soon or too late. Everything unfolds exactly as I have ordained. Look back on your life. How many times did you think you knew what was best for yourself, only to later realize that if things had happened your way, you would not have received what you have today? How many times did you hold on to something at all costs, only to later understand that it was not as good as you once believed? Have you ever paused to reflect that if I had granted your request immediately in the way you wanted, you might have missed out on something far more valuable? My child, place your trust in me. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Do not let doubts cause you to walk in fear. Do not let the limits of your vision make you forget that I see the full picture. If you truly trust me, you will no longer worry about tomorrow. If you truly believe that I love you, you will no longer question whether I am working for your good. My beloved, remember that I am the one who is always faithful. I am not human that I should change my mind, nor one who makes promises only to forget them. If I have spoken, I will do it. If I have promised, I will fulfill it. But you must learn to trust in my timing, even when it does not align with your expectations. You must learn to be patient, even when you do not see immediate results. Imagine you are standing before a door you long to open. You have knocked, you have pleaded, you have waited. But my child, if that door has not yet opened, it does not mean it never will. It simply means the time has not yet come. If I were to open it too soon, you might step into something you are not yet ready to face. If I were to grant you what you are longing for right now, you might not yet be mature enough to steward it wisely. I do not want to give you something only for it to become a burden instead of a blessing. Trust that I am working in the unseen. Trust that even when you cannot perceive it, I am orchestrating everything perfectly. When you feel as if you are standing still, in reality, you are being prepared to step into something greater. When you think nothing is changing, in truth, I am changing you, preparing your heart, strengthening your faith, making you more resilient. So, my child, release your worries. Let go of the need to understand everything. Allow me to be the one who guides you. Trust that all I am doing is good. Let your heart rest in my peace, knowing that at the appointed time, everything will be fulfilled perfectly. You do not need to rush. You do not need to push forward my plans with your own strength. All you need to do is continue walking with me, keep trusting, keep surrendering, and one day you will look back and see that everything unfolded more perfectly than you could have ever dreamed. You will realize that the waiting was not in vain, but was a process of transformation. You will see that what you once thought was loss was in reality my protection. My beloved, let me do my work in your life. Let me lead you along the best path. Let me open the doors that only I can open, and trust that when my time comes, you will not only step into what you have been waiting for, you will step into something far greater than you ever dared to imagine, something beyond all you have asked or hoped for. My beloved, listen deeply and let these words be etched upon your soul. The moments when you choose to pause, to lay aside your worries and draw near to me, are not merely fleeting minutes that pass by unnoticed. They are not just temporary moments of silence in the midst of a busy life. No, my child, those moments are precious seeds you are sowing into an eternal field, a field that will bear fruit not only in this life, but for all eternity. Do you realize that whenever you turn back to me, even for the briefest moment, I am there, waiting for you with open arms? I never grow weary of waiting for you. There is not a single day when I do not long for you to seek me. There is not a single moment when I am not ready to embrace you. Every time you choose to seek me, every time you whisper my name in your heart, every time you pause in the busyness of life just to turn your heart toward me, it is a moment of infinite worth in my eyes. These moments are never wasted. They are sacred. They are moments when you and I are united in love. Do you know this? I treasure every one of those moments, just as a father cherishes the small keepsakes of his most beloved child. Just as a mother holds dear the scribbled drawings her child made with all their heart, I treasure every moment you seek me, even when you feel it is small and fragile. To you it may seem like just a short prayer in the middle of a long day, just a sigh when you are weary and cannot find the words to speak. But to me, each of these moments is the most beautiful gift you could ever offer me. Understand this, I do not seek perfection from you. I do not expect eloquent prayers or hours-long devotions. I do not measure your love for me by rituals or outward expressions. The only thing I desire is a sincere heart, a soul that longs for my presence. And when you come to me with such sincerity, my joy knows no bounds. Heaven rejoices over you because you have chosen the one thing that truly matters, the one thing that will never be taken away from you. My beloved child, there are moments when you feel my presence so clearly, as if I am near, touching your soul with the gentlest love. But there are also times when I may seem distant, as if I am silent. You have experienced moments like these, haven't you? Times when you prayed but heard no answer. Times when you searched but seemed to find nothing. You have wondered if I was listening, if I was truly there. My child, listen to me carefully. Even when you do not feel me, I am there. Even when you do not hear an immediate response, I am listening to every word you say. My love is not something that comes and goes with emotions. My presence is not a passing breeze that vanishes. I am the faithful one. I am with you in every moment, whether you perceive it or not. Even when you feel as though you are standing in a barren desert, trust that I am still leading you, still refreshing your soul with living water. So, my beloved, keep drawing near to me. Do not let temporary feelings cause you to doubt my eternal love. Do not let the distractions of this world pull you away from the sacred moments with me. The time you spend with me is never wasted. When you place me above all else, everything else will fall into place. When you sow seeds of trust, you will reap an abundant harvest of blessings. When you make room for me in your heart, I will fill you with a peace that the world cannot give. Do you remember the last time you were truly still before me? The last time you allowed your soul to fully rest in my presence, undistracted by worries, responsibilities, or the expectations of others? Do you remember that feeling? The feeling of letting go of everything just to be in my arms, to be loved, to be healed, to be comforted. That is what I long for from you each day. Not because I need it, but because you do. You need those moments to remind yourself that you are not alone, that you do not have to carry everything on your own, that there is one who loves you more than you love yourself. Oh, my beloved child, let me be your refuge. Let me be the place you run to when you feel weary. Let me be the one you think of first when you rejoice, when you are grateful, when you long for an unchanging love. Let me be the living water that refreshes your soul, the light that guides you, the peace that covers your heart. And my child, never think that the moments you spend with me are too small or insignificant, because every second you seek me carries eternal value. Every time you draw near to me, you are building an unbreakable bond, a relationship that will last forever. And I, the one who created you, the one who loves you with an everlasting love, will always be here, waiting for you with open arms, longing for every moment of closeness, of conversation, of filling your soul with my eternal love. My beloved child, I know what you are thinking. I see your hurried days, the mounting responsibilities, the burdens that seem to only grow heavier. I understand that you feel as if you have no time to pause, that you think you must keep moving forward, pushing yourself just a little more, striving to complete everything before you can even think of me. But my child, listen to what I am telling you. It is precisely in those moments when you feel too busy to come to me, precisely when you feel that stopping is impossible, that you need me the most. When you take time for me, you lose nothing. On the contrary, you will receive strength, peace, and renewal that you cannot find anywhere else. When you place me above all things, I will perfectly arrange everything in your life. The tasks you once thought were overwhelming will become lighter, for you will no longer carry them alone. The burdens that have weighed you down for so long will become easier to bear, because I will help you carry them. The anxieties that have clouded your mind will fade away, because you will know that I am holding all things in my hands. Have you noticed that when you try to handle everything on your own, you always end up exhausted? When you attempt to control everything by your own strength, you feel restless. When you chase after the things of this world and forget me, you are left feeling empty, even when you achieve what you once desired. That is because you were never created to live apart from me. You were not made to fight through life alone. You were created to walk in communion with me, to draw strength from me, to let me be your never-ending source of provision. My beloved child, come to me. Pause for just a moment and allow me to fill you with new life. Let me renew your mind, replacing weary thoughts with hope, replacing anxiety with peace. Let me restore your soul, healing the wounds you have carried for so many years, so that you no longer have to walk with a heavy heart. When you choose to spend time with me, you are not merely doing something spiritual. You are investing in your very life. You are seeking a strength that nothing in this world can provide. You are stepping into a rest that does not come from circumstances, but from my presence. When you give me the first moments of your day, I will bless the hours that follow. When you seek me before making decisions, I will guide you on the right path. When you put me first, you will see everything in your life begin to fall into place in ways you could never accomplish on your own. But, my beloved child, I do not force you. I do not demand that you come to me out of obligation. I do not want you to seek me simply because you feel you have to, but because you realize that you need to. I want you to come to me because you understand that only I can give you an abundant life. I want you to seek me not only in times of trouble, but even when everything in your life seems to be going well. For I am not only the one who helps you in hardship, I am the one who makes you whole each and every day. Beloved child, try this. Set aside time each day to dwell in my presence. Without hurry, without distraction, without anything intruding. Find a quiet place, set aside your worries, and focus solely on me. Speak to me as a child speaks to their father. Open your heart, let your mind rest, and allow your soul to be filled. And you will see, you will feel the difference. You will find your mind renewed, your heart replenished, and you will walk with a strength you have never known. Do you know why those who spend time with me always have peace? Because they are no longer caught in the whirlwind of worry. They are no longer crushed by the weight of this life. They no longer feel the need to chase after the world, because they know that everything they need is already found in me. When you seek me, you will realize that you do not need to run after the things the world tells you to pursue. You will see that everything your heart truly longs for, security, acceptance, love, protection, is already in me. Beloved child, the world will always try to pull you away from me. It will fill your mind with anxieties, distractions, and noise, drowning out my voice. But you must choose. You must choose to spend time with me, to put me first, to listen to my voice amid life's chaos. And when you do, you will see that the world no longer has control over you. You will no longer be caught up in meaningless pursuits. You will realize that you are living a life of purpose, a life no longer burdened by the weights of this world, but a life of freedom in me. So, my child, come to me. Let go of the excuses that keep you from drawing near. Let me be your first refuge, not your last resort. Let me be your breath, your strength, the solid foundation upon which you stand. And as you do, you will find that your life is no longer heavy. You will see that the tasks that once exhausted you will become lighter. You will discover that when you place me above all else, everything else in your life will fall into its rightful place. Beloved child, do not let the enemy steal the precious moments between you and me. Do not allow it to plant lies in your mind, making you believe you are too busy to spend time with me. This is one of its most cunning strategies, to deceive you into thinking you do not have enough time, that there are too many responsibilities, that there are more important things to do. But my child, this is nothing more than a trap designed to rob you of the peace and joy I long to give you. Pause for a moment and look at your life. It is not just a series of tasks to complete, goals to achieve, or accomplishments to be admired by others. Your life was not created to revolve around such fleeting things. It is a journey, a story being written through every thought you hold, every decision you make, every word you speak. Each day you live is not merely another day passing by. It is a new page in the book of your life, and I am the author of that story. Beloved child, do not let the temporary define your life. Do not let what is fleeting dictate what is eternal. Do not live in such a way that, when you look back, you see only a chase after things that did not truly matter, while the most important things love, peace, joy, fulfillment in me were left behind. Let me write beauty into the story of your life. Let me guide you step by step, so you do not wander in confusion, so you do not exhaust yourself chasing after empty things that leave you feeling hollow. Let me direct your actions so that everything you do carries meaning. Every word you speak brings life, and every decision you make leads toward eternity. My dear child, the enemy wants you to believe that you can write your own life story, that you can control everything, and that you don't need me. It convinces you that if you don't plan everything yourself, if you don't take control, everything will fall into chaos. But do you know the truth? It is precisely when you strive to control everything on your own that you feel the most exhausted. It is when you try to navigate your life without allowing me to lead that you feel lost, discouraged, and directionless. But when you place everything in my hands, when you allow me to write your life story according to the plans I have ordained, you will see that everything falls into place perfectly. Every door opens at the right moment, and every challenge you face carries meaning within my greater plan. My beloved child, remember that your time is not unlimited. Every moment you live is an opportunity to walk in my will, to experience the peace I have prepared for you. You cannot let your days pass in meaningless busyness, only to realize that you have not truly lived. Do not let the temporary things of this world draw you away from what is eternal. Do not allow the worries of life to make you forget the true purpose for which you were created. Spend time with me, not because I need it, but because you do. You need moments of stillness to remember that you are not fighting through life alone. You need to pause and recognize that there is one who loves you more than anyone else, who is ready to uphold you, guide you, and give you a peace that nothing in this world can offer. Let me be the center of your life. Let me guide you through every step of your journey. When you allow me to write your life story, you will see that everything has meaning. Every challenge you endure serves a purpose, and everything I do in your life is for your good. You will not have to worry about the future, because you will know that I am in control of it all. You will not have to fear the unknown, because you will know that I have gone before you, preparing a path filled with life and blessings. My child, let me be your guide. Let me be the one who holds the pen that writes your story. Allow me to give you a life that is not just about existence, but one that is filled with meaning, joy, and peace. And when you do this, you will find that you no longer have to chase after fleeting things, because you are already living in the abundance of what is eternal. My beloved, each day I set before you doors of grace, opportunities for you to grow, to step deeper into my presence, and to witness my glory in ways you have never imagined. I do not simply give you breath each morning. I give you miracles, sometimes great, sometimes small, but always present. The treasures I have stored up for you are not found in what the world pursues, but in your walk with me. But, my child, these blessings cannot be grasped if you stray from the path I have prepared for you. You cannot run ahead of me, nor can you turn away from me and still expect to receive the best I have for you. If you try to carve your own way, to control everything without my guidance, you will find yourself lost in your own plans. If you ignore my direction, you will be swept into unnecessary detours, down roads of hardship that I never intended for you. You will go down and down. It would seem that Adam had no choice but to face the wisdom of his generation and enter into a new order. But if you choose to walk with me, you will see that every step is led by a firm, loving, and wise hand. Do you know why I emphasize to you that you must trust in my timing? Because I see what you cannot see. I see the full picture of your life, from the moment you were created to the final days you will walk on this earth. I know exactly what you need, even before you realize it yourself. I am never late, nor am I ever too early. Everything is arranged in absolute perfection. There have been times when you wanted something to happen immediately, but looking back, have you realized that if it had happened at the time you desired, you would not have been able to handle it in the best way? This is why I call you to patience. Because when you walk in alignment with my timing, you will step into your blessings fully, lacking nothing, without fear, and without pressure. I am not the one who gives you things halfway. I do not want you to live an ordinary life. I want you to experience fullness in every aspect. But that fullness can only be found when you walk in trust. Remember, my beloved, I never leave you alone. You do not have to fight on your own. You do not have to figure out how to make everything happen according to your will. You only need to place your trust in me, and I will do wonders on your behalf. My beloved, trust in the plans I have prepared for you. I did not create you to fail, to live in anxiety, or to be consumed by fear. I am not the one who brings pain into your life. I am the one who turns that pain into something beautiful. I am not the one who takes away your hope. I am the one who gives you a future filled with life, light, and peace. But you must choose to trust. You must choose to let go of the fears that bind you, to release the need to understand everything before you take a step forward. You do not need to see the entire path to move ahead. You only need to know that I am holding your hand, and that is enough. Do you realize that you are never alone? Do you understand that with every step you take, with every challenge you face, I have already gone before you to prepare the way? There is no trial you endure that I have not foreseen. There is nothing that happens in your life that I do not have a plan to turn into something greater. My beloved, you do not have to worry about the future. Let me carry those burdens for you. Let me ensure that everything happening in your life is leading you toward a higher purpose. When you trust in me, you will witness miracles unfold in ways you never dared to imagine. There are things you have been praying for, dreams you have carried in your heart, promises you have been waiting to see fulfilled, and you ask, when? How much longer? Will it really happen? But my child, remember that I never break my promises. If I have spoken, I will do it. If I have promised, I will fulfill it. But let me bring it to pass at the right time, when you are ready, when everything has been perfectly arranged, when you can receive it without being crushed by the weight of it. Think back to the times you felt delayed, only to later realize that if everything had happened the way you wanted, you might not have been able to hold on to it. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Do not let the enemy's lies make you think I have forgotten you. I have never forgotten you. My beloved child, hold tightly to my hand. Let me lead you into plans far greater than anything you have ever imagined. Let me give you a future filled with hope, a life that is not just about existing, but a life worth living. When you trust in me, you will walk in freedom, in peace, in an assurance that nothing can shake. So, my beloved, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Remember that I have everything under my control. Do not let the worries of tomorrow make you forget that I go before you, clearing the path for you, preparing the best for you. Let go of fear. Surrender the plans you believe you must accomplish on your own. Let me guide you. Let me work in your life. And you will see, you will experience, you will taste a glory like never before. My beloved, I am not only giving you a good future, I have designed a perfect plan for you even before you were born. And I am waiting for you to step into it with complete faith, with a heart free of doubt, with absolute obedience. When you do, you will see that everything I have promised, I will fulfill. You will realize that what I have prepared for you is not just what you have hoped for, it is beyond anything you could ever ask or imagine. At this very moment, as you listen to these words, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and feel. Let your soul be still before me, open your heart, and recognize that I am here, not in the thunderous roar, not in the mighty winds, but in the gentleness, in the silence, in the very rhythm of your heartbeat. I am drawing near to you. Can you feel it? The gentle stirring deep within your soul, like a soft breeze passing through your heart, like a warm light seeping into the darkest corners of your being. That is my spirit. That is my presence, covering you, touching you, whispering words of love into your ear. You have felt alone before. You have thought that no one could fully understand you, but my child, I have always been here. When you cried in silence, I counted every tear. When you tried to carry everything by yourself, I was standing beside you, ready to uphold you. And right now, I want you to know, you are not alone. The peace you feel at this moment is the sign of my presence. Do not doubt. Do not be troubled. Let this peace flow into every part of your soul, washing away every worry, every fear, every doubt that you have held on to for so long. Do not miss this moment. Do not let busyness, distractions, or fleeting thoughts pull you away from this sacred moment I have prepared for you. Because right now I am speaking to you, not someone else, not a distant soul. I am calling your name. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. You are not hearing this by accident. This is a divine appointment that I have set, a moment for you to listen and receive. My beloved, perhaps you have thought that I only dwell in grand events, in miraculous signs, in powerful prophecies. But do you know? I am also here in the simplest moments, in the gentle breath, in the beat of your heart, in the quiet moments when you are still before me. Do not think that you must do something extraordinary to feel me. Do not believe that you must become someone else to receive my love. No, my child, I have loved you before you even knew me. I have chosen you. I have called you by name, and I long for you to draw near to me, not because I need you, but because you need me. Do not cast aside my call. Do not let your heart grow hardened against my gentle invitation. I know that there have been times when you have heard my voice, but you chose to ignore it. You have felt the stirring in your spirit, but you delayed. You have heard my words within your heart, but you allowed your worries and your own plans to overshadow my voice. But my child, let today be different. Let this moment be a turning point. Open your heart and let me in, not merely as a visitor, but as the one who reigns fully over your life. I stand at the door of your heart and knock. I do not force you to open. I do not push or rush you, but I wait patiently. I wait for you to realize that nothing in this world can fill the emptiness in your heart except me. I wait for you to grow weary of trying to control everything on your own. I wait for you to lay down the burdens you were never meant to carry, so that you may find complete rest in my embrace. Oh, my beloved child, I love you with an everlasting love, one that never changes, no matter what you have done, no matter how far you have gone. There is no mistake that can drive me away from you. There is no wrong decision that can make me stop loving you. You may think you have gone too far, that you are too lost to return, but I tell you this, there is no path from which I cannot bring you back. There is no darkness my light cannot penetrate. There is no wound I cannot heal. So, my child, come to me now. Do not wait for a more perfect time. Do not think that you must fix yourself before coming to me. Come just as you are. Come with sincerity, with a longing to know me more. Let my spirit soften your heart. Let my presence touch the hidden places of your soul, the corners you have kept locked away for so long. When you do this, you will experience a transformation beyond anything you have ever imagined. You will no longer feel empty. You will no longer feel anxious. You will no longer feel as though you are walking this journey alone. Because I am here. I am holding your hand. I am wrapping you in my arms. I am giving you a peace that surpasses all understanding. Let me love you. Let me speak the words your heart longs to hear. Let me erase your fears, your doubts, your wounds. Let me renew you, restore you, lift you up. Because you are not a lost soul drifting through life. You are my child. You belong to me, and I will forever be yours. My beloved child. Pause for a moment and reflect. Are the things you are chasing truly worth devoting your life to? The possessions you tirelessly accumulate, the recognition you long for, the plans you carefully craft. All of these will one day fade away. The days pass as swiftly as the wind, and one day everything you have spent your life striving for will be nothing more than distant traces in the flow of time. But there is one thing that will last forever, one thing that will never fade, never be lost, never be stolen. Your relationship with me and the love you have sown into the hearts of those around you. My beloved child, I am not saying that wealth or achievements in this life are bad, but I want you to understand that they are not the ultimate goal. They are only temporary means. Things that can change, be taken away, or be forgotten. If you place all your hope in these things, you will always feel uneasy. You will always worry that you do not have enough, that you have not reached the level you desire, that you must do more. But if you place your hope in me, you will never have to be afraid, never have to chase an endless race. When you have me, you have everything. Do you know this? When you put me first, everything else will naturally fall into place. You do not need to struggle to chase after things I am already prepared to give you. You do not need to worry about tomorrow, for I am the one who holds tomorrow in my hands. You do not need to fear lacking anything, for I am the provider who never runs dry. You do not need to strive to earn the approval of others, for I have loved you before you could do anything to deserve it. My child, seek my kingdom first. Let my righteousness be your greatest desire. Set your heart on the things of eternity, where moth and rust do not destroy, where thieves do not break in and steal. Do not let the fleeting things of this world lead you astray. Do not let personal ambitions make you forget the true purpose of your life. My beloved child, I am not telling you this to take away your joy, but to give you a joy far greater, I want you to be free, free from unnecessary burdens, free from anxieties you do not need to carry. When you seek me first, you will find that everything else you need will be given to you in abundance. This is not an empty promise. This is the truth, the unchanging principle of the universe that I established from the very beginning. Have you ever felt that no matter how much you achieve, you still feel incomplete? That is because you are seeking fulfillment in things that can never truly satisfy you. Have you ever wondered why those who have everything in this world still experience moments of emptiness? That is because your soul was not created to be satisfied by material things. Your soul can only be filled when you step into unity with me. When you live a life no longer bound by worries of the temporary, but a life overflowing with eternal purpose. My child, look at your life right now. What are you putting first? What is consuming your thoughts each day? What keeps you up at night, deep in contemplation? What are you pouring all your energy into achieving? And if you attain it, are you certain that you will truly be happy and at peace? I want you to understand that when you put me above all else, you will not lose anything. On the contrary, you will receive everything. When you seek me, you will not only receive a peace that the world cannot give, but you will also step into a life filled with my protection, my guidance, and my blessings. When you make me the center of your life, you will never have to wonder whether you are on the right path, for I am the way. My beloved child, trust in my promise. Do not let the enemy make you doubt. Do not let circumstances shake your faith. I am the one who never breaks a promise. If I have spoken it, I will fulfill it. If I have promised to give you all that is good when you seek my kingdom first, then you can trust that it will come to pass. Let go of what is keeping you distant from me. Put me first, and you will see that everything else in your life will be arranged in the most perfect way. Let me lead you. Let me give you a life that is not just a series of temporary successes, but a life of eternal worth. My beloved child, choose me. Choose a life no longer bound by the pressures of this world, but a life of freedom in my love. Walk in complete trust, and you will see that I never break my promises, never abandon you, and never let you lose your way. Listen deeply to the words I speak to you today. Do not let the noise of the world distract you. Do not let busyness sweep you away and cause you to miss what matters most. I speak to you with urgency, not to instill fear, but to awaken you. The time you have on this earth is a precious gift, yet it is limited. Each passing day is a new page in your story, but the day will come when the final page is turned. None of you know when that moment will arrive, when you will stand before me, when you will leave behind the temporary things of this world and step into eternity. This is not to make you anxious or afraid, but to prepare you. My child, are you preparing for that day? Are you living as if today could be your last? Not in haste or panic, but in a way where every moment holds meaning, every action reflects love, and every decision is made in the light of eternity. Are you willing to open your heart to me? Not just in fleeting moments, not just in hurried prayers, not just when you need my help. I long for a place in your heart, not on the outskirts, not in the leftover spaces after life's worries have taken their share, but at the very center, at the deepest place of your soul. My beloved child, make room for me. Not just in your busy schedule, not just in the days when you feel weak, but every day, every moment. Let me not merely be a part of your life. Have you ever felt an emptiness within you? A longing that nothing in this world could satisfy? Have you sought happiness in achievements, in relationships, in things you thought would fulfill you, only to feel that something was still missing? That is because your soul was not created to be filled by the things of this world. Your soul was created to be connected with me, to be immersed in my love, to be nourished by my presence. My child, I stand at the door of your heart. I am knocking. Do you hear me? Are you ready to open? I do not force my way in. I do not push the door open. I wait patiently for you to realize that nothing in this world can replace me. My beloved, do not let the worries of this world make you forget what truly matters. Do not let busyness cause you to delay coming to me. Do not let your ambitions lead you away from the only thing of eternal worth. Everything you build on this earth, your status, your wealth, your career, can vanish in an instant. But what will remain? What will hold value when you step through the door of eternity? Only the love you have sown, only the moments you have lived for my kingdom, only the times you have chosen me over the world. My dear child, do not wait until tomorrow to seek me, for tomorrow is not guaranteed. Time is not in your hands, and no one can assure you that you will have another opportunity to come to me. Do not tell yourself that you will come when you have more time, when life is less busy, when you feel ready. For the enemy knows all too well that delay is its most powerful weapon. It does not need to deceive you with blatant lies. It only needs to make you believe that you still have time, that there is no urgency, that you can seek me later. But my child, every moment you hesitate is a moment it can distract you, pull you away from the truth, and cause you to forget what matters most. But I am not calling you someday in the future. I am calling you now, right in this moment. As you read these words, as your mind reflects, as your heart stirs with something deep within, that is me. I do not want you to delay even one more moment. I am waiting for you, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but right now. My beloved child, if you feel distant from me, know that I have never left you. I am not like a human who changes or forgets what I have promised. I am not a distant God who watches you from afar with judgment or condemnation. I am the one who never changes, yesterday, today, and forever. I still love you as I did from the very first day. I still long for you. I am still waiting for your return. My arms are still open, and all you have to do is turn back. You only need to take one step, and you will see that I am right there, right where you are, waiting for you with an unfailing love. My child, I know there are things that make it hard for you to return. I know you may feel ashamed, unworthy, or believe that you have gone too far to ever come back. But I want you to know that nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing you have done can turn my heart away from you. No mistake is too great to separate you from me. Do not let guilt, do not let the accusations of the enemy keep you in darkness. Remember, I died on the cross, not to condemn you, but to redeem you. Remember, my blood was shed not to make you feel guilty, but to set you free. My beloved child, you do not need to do anything to earn my love. You do not need to fix everything before coming to me. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to come. You only need to open your heart. You only need to take one step, and I will do the rest. My grace is sufficient for you. It does not matter how far you have gone, how many times you have fallen, or how unworthy you think you are. I already know it all, and I still choose to love you. My strength is not for those who are perfect, for those who are weak, for those who need restoration, for those who know they cannot do it on their own. When you come to me in your weakness, in your exhaustion, in your burdens, that is when my strength is made perfect in your life. My child, let me wipe away your tears. Let me heal the wounds in your heart. Let me fill you with the peace that this world cannot give. Let me take from you the burdens you have carried for too long. Do not keep holding on to what I never intended for you to bear. Do not continue living in bondage when I have come to give you freedom. My beloved child, if you feel lost, know that I am the way. If you feel empty, know that I am the source of life. If you feel astray, know that I am the light that illuminates your path. Do not let the darkness of the past hold you back. Do not let past failures make you doubt your worth. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not your wounds. You are my child, loved, redeemed, and destined for a higher purpose. My child, do not wait. Do not tell yourself that you will come to me one day. Do not let the enemy steal this moment from you. Come now, this very instant. Let me embrace you. Let me remind you that you belong to me. Let me renew you from within, so that you will not only know about me, but you will experience me. Walk in my love and live in the perfect peace that I have promised you. My beloved, this is not just an invitation. This is a calling for you to return, to find yourself in me, to step into the true life you were created to live. Come closer to me. Place your hand in mine. Let me fulfill everything I have promised you. Let me shape you into the person I created you to be. Now come before my altar and lift up this prayer. Lord, at this very moment, I open my heart to receive your presence. Please come and dwell in the deepest places of my soul, where only your love can fill. Holy Spirit, cover me with your peace and divine power, so that I may clearly hear your voice and recognize what you desire to reveal. Lord, if there is anything keeping me from you, whether it be worries, distractions, or unnecessary burdens, please take it away right now. Cleanse my heart, renew my mind, and prepare me for the supernatural transformation you are about to bring into my life. Lord, I know that tonight is not just an ordinary moment, but a sacred appointment you have ordained. Come to me in a way I have never experienced before. Open my eyes to see your glory. Open my ears to hear your voice, and open my heart to receive the revelations of heaven. Lord, the enemy constantly tries to plant doubt and fear in my heart to draw me away from you, but today I reject those lies. I declare that I belong to you, and I choose to trust in your love, your power, and your perfect plan for my life. Lord, I do not want to be someone who merely hears your voice, but does not act upon it. Please grant me an obedient heart, so that I may not only receive your word, but also live according to it. Guide me to walk in the path you have prepared for me, so that I do not waste time on things that have no eternal value. Lord, I know that you are never late. Everything in my life, is under your divine arrangement. Help me not to be impatient or doubtful, but to wait with faith for your perfect timing. May everything you have promised for my life come to pass at the appointed time. Lord, I do not want to remain in my old self. Please renew me from within, transform my spirit, so that I may see the world as you see it and love as you love. Teach me to walk in your light, no longer bound by the things of this world. Lord, I know that you have not only come to change me, but you also desire to use me to bring change to others. Make me a light in the darkness, that I may bring hope and life to those who are in need of you. Help me to live with an open heart, so that I may reflect your love and mercy. Lord, I know that the enemy constantly seeks to pull me away from your presence through temptations and distractions. Please place a hedge of protection around my mind and soul. Help me stand firm against every trial and not allow anything to separate me from your love. Lord, I do not want to seek you only in moments of need, but I desire to walk with you every day. Help me not only to come to you in urgency, but to cultivate a deep and intimate relationship with you. Teach me to hear your voice not just in prayer, but in every moment of my life. Lord, there are times when I feel anxious and worried about the future. But today I surrender all those worries to you. Help me to trust in you with all that I have. My dreams, my fears, my plans, and even the things I cannot control. Grant me the peace that only you can give. Lord, above all things, I long for your will to be fulfilled in my life. Even though I do not know what lies ahead, I trust that your plans are good and perfect. Work in me, through me, and for me, so that your name may be glorified. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any meaningful and life-giving messages from Him. Together, we will grow in faith and live a life fully immersed in His love. Amen.